So this guy's in tech, he's earning money. Okay, let me just do what he's doing. That will not work. If you want to start your career as software engineer, the person you should ask yourself is, okay, which platform am I building for or I want to build for?
Did you ever have such dreams of becoming something different from what you are doing correctly today?
Yeah, before our generation, maybe our parents also, they don't have access to resources easily the way we do. We, now that we have this easily access to resources, okay, because okay, I have access to this course, this and that, then you'll find out, okay, you're actually trying multiple things at a time. So you like waste a lot of your time and then you won't be good at anything. If there's someone that you are looking up to, so in most cases you'll try to follow his footsteps and so. And if you are lucky enough to find that mentor in your community or around you, or you like have access to him that you can reach him or discuss with him, I think he will easily guide you to avoid this kind of mistakes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting and enlightening episode of the Together We Nudge podcast, where we empower you, where we inspire you, and nudge you towards becoming the best version of yourselves. As you already know, I am your host, Emanuela, and I have an incredible, an amazing, and highly valuable individual here with me in the studio, and it's none other than Umar Abdulaziz. Umar Abdulaziz is a seasoned mobile developer with over 6 years of experience in building high-performance cross-platform apps using Flutter. With more than 25 apps on both the Google Play Store and Apple App Store, Umar specializes in creating scalable, user-focused solutions from vehicle rental systems to addiction recovery and drug verification platforms. Wow. Beyond coding, he's a mentor, community builder, and tech advocate, and he has co-founded initiatives like Opportunity Corner and Google Local Guides while supporting young developers across Nigeria. Umar's work blends technical expertise, real-world problem solving, and leadership, making him a leading voice in mobile innovation and in the future of tech in Africa. Can you please welcome Umar Abdulaziz to the Together We Nudge podcast? You're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, Umar. So when did you first know that you wanted to build apps? Was there an inspiration or something that changed everything? Or let's take it a little backward. When you were 5 years old, in Nigeria, what do you want to become when you grow up? I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a pilot, all of those things. Did you ever have such dreams of becoming something different from what you are doing correctly today?
Yeah, I think you mentioned 5 years when I'm 5 years old, right? So I think around that age, also during my primary school, what I actually wanted to become is like architecture, because
Okay.
back in primary school, I'm one of the guys that know how to sketch and stuff. So the dream was to be an architecture. I think even up to my junior level, that's the dream. But then in senior level, when they are in SS1, we are to like randomly, or I would say randomly, we are just like to choose department, and one of the department is computer. So my friends actually went there, so okay, and I go with them. So but when the class started, actually I started seeing, okay, like, okay, this has something to do with what I want to do or what I'm doing, because like, though I wanted to in primary school I wanted to be an architect, but what I actually want to do is like, I want to see myself creating things,
Yeah.
to see that I create something that people will do and will help them. So I feel like, okay, it will feel amazing actually. So I think when like we go for that computer department in secondary school, and then our HOD started introducing us to programming, I said, okay, wow. So I can actually command computers to do stuff, and it will actually do that. So like it helped me actually like start thinking logically and stuff. So I think that's when I start developing this passion on But they are
Okay, amazing. It's a good thing that you are still doing something related to what you've dreamt to be. Not I wanted to be a doctor and now I'm a baker or I'm a makeup artist, all of that. So yes, of course, programming and I mean app development still gives you the opportunity to create and to so that's very good. So what's one thing you started doing that boosted your growth faster than just working hard? You know, say, oh, if you want to be this, work hard. Some would even say work smart. So what was that thing that you did that boosted your growth faster?
okay. Most of the time, I have this like thinking or like asking myself why this, why so whenever I want to do something, even if it's not something important, I'll like ask myself, okay, how is this happening or why is it actually happening the way it is? And I never have issue with okay, this guy do this thing. So I don't like actually okay, let me do it from scratch. I'll just try to like, understand okay, this thing is working right. So let me see okay, what is the mechanism that makes it work and see if I can improve on it. So I think that's like one thing that helps me maybe to work smarter. That's when I'm starting. But now with this AI and stuff, we can easily automate certain things like make or use the AI as your assistant and then you'll be guiding it, not like make it be your boss. Okay, do this for me and then you'll copy and test. So I do things like this.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
So,
so like,
you learn to work smarter, like they say, and not harder, right?
yeah,
By taking advantage of what positive advantage, of course, of what someone has already done relating to that which you want to do, and that
yeah,
helps to make your work faster
faster.
and
Yeah.
boost more productivity. Yes, that's quite interesting. So, one learning trick or tool gave you results faster than anything else? You talked about AI, you talked about all of those other things that you do. So what learning trick or what tool or platform gave you faster results than anything else? Something that most beginners miss out on.
Okay. Yeah, I think one of the tools or strategy I would say when you are learning something new, especially in this tech industry, we know like okay, yeah, YouTube is the place you go and get almost everything. But I'm not actually advise people that are just getting started. Maybe you want to learn about technology or stuff. I would recommend you get a professional course and then you start with it. So when you get the basic and then you switch to YouTube and stuff. Because if you have the basic of whatever you are trying to learn, then like you can navigate. But if you like skip these basics, know the working principle, the best practice on doing this and that. So if you miss that, yeah, you can write good. You can write code, workable code, but when it comes to scalability, then that's when the issue will start because you don't actually know the basic. You're just like, okay, you go, okay, how to implement login page or stuff. You just go to YouTube and then see it. So yeah, it will work. But when scalability come, also that's when you will start crying. So I think first learn the basic using professional course and then move to YouTube or any other platform or article you read. And then I think that's what I will say on this.
Okay, speaking of professional course, what if the beginner doesn't have access to that, probably because of money or because of other constraints? Would you totally say that YouTube is a no-no for a beginner?
No, actually, I think on YouTube there are some channels that like actually create courses in play is it playlist or album approach. You see that okay, they're actually taking it step by step or section by section, so you can go with that. If like you don't have the financial mean to go for professional course and stuff, yeah, you can go for YouTube, but don't like randomly go to YouTube, okay, how to do this and that. Look for this kind of courses that are actually structured,
Okay.
and then you can take up from there.
Okay, so what a layman would do if you are looking for an information is just go to YouTube and type randomly. But now you are saying that there are some channels that are specifically designed to handle this. So how would a random person, or do you think that before you think of going into this space, you should do your research, like know where to find what, so you don't end up lost in the world of so many information and many content out there?
Okay, yeah, I think for a beginner, this would always be difficult. Okay, why will I get the right resources and stuff? So I think this is where mentor or a guide come in.
Yes.
Because, okay, if there's someone that you are looking up to, so in most cases, you'll try to follow his footsteps and stuff. And if you are lucky enough to find that mentor in your community or around you, or you like have access to him that you can reach him or discuss with him, I think he will easily guide you to avoid this kind of mistakes.
Okay.
So
All right. So you talked about mentorship, like find somebody in the space that is doing what you want to do, look up to the person and follow the person's footsteps. So it's safe to say that I am looking up to you and you are my mentor. I want to follow your footsteps. I want to be like you when I grow up. Like you usually say. So if I want you to mentor me, am I going to pay a fee? What do I need to do for me to become your mentee?
okay, yeah. I personally don't like this concept of saying, "Oh, I seen someone for money if you want to mentor him." I am saying like this is one of the way to give back to community.
Exactly.
So you want me to mentor you, okay, reach out to me and then we can find a right time for both of us, then that we can be communicating and discussing.
Exactly.
That is my approach.
Yes. I also believe that as a young person, you have that young person as an advantage to you. So you don't have to pay for everything. You just need to know how to approach that person that you want to learn something from. So you see young people now just come into your name and say hi and then go 4 days later, hello. Like, can you just go to the straight to the point? What do you want? Hello, this is my name. This is what. Yeah. Oh, you're telling me hi, sup, SUP. What's that supposed to mean? Nobody is going to take you seriously. So yes, that was on a lighter note anyway. So that answers the question of, oh, I want to start, I don't know where I'm going to find somebody. Now you have someone who is willing to give back to the community in his own words. Okay, you talked about clean architecture. To be honest, I am not in the app development space, so I don't know anything before now about it. So how does clean architecture and coding shape the apps you build today? Can you please explain what clean architecture is and how you blend that with what you do?
Okay, yeah, I think before I talk about what clean architecture is, I'll actually start with this. There's this, is it a joke or a normal saying in tech industry that, okay, if your code is working, don't touch it. So like a lot of people, for beginners, that's okay. But if you actually want to become a professional or become someone better, that is a very dangerous approach, like the writing code, because yeah, there are codes that can work, but they are not scalable. Normally now, if people are building software or platform, they are starting with MVP. Okay, to like test the market, see people reaction and stop. Yeah. So normally this MVP is from your idea or what you thought would work or is work or yeah, what you thought would work. But in most cases, what you actually thought would work is different from what will really work. Yes. Because like people have different view and experience and stuff, a lot of factors. So scalability of their software is ability to change certain features or modules without actually breaking the existing software. So like you can add other stuff, other features, or let me just use features and module without actually having to break the existing one. Okay, your users are using maybe version 1.0 and now you build version 2.0 or 1.1.0 and then the previous users will keep having issues. Okay, now login is not working. I tried to update my password, my profile, I tried to check out and stuff. A lot of things will break. So like that's what I mean by scalability, having to add more features on the existing software without breaking the previous version. That's scalability.
Okay, so our audience are not just are not only savvy people. We have people who are also just clueless about this thing. So when he's talking about scalability, it's just you understanding if this thing I'm working on would actually work, will serve its purpose or not, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. So when you see an idea, how do you know that it's worth building and not just noise? I think you said something relating to you asking yourself the question if this thing will really. So when you see an idea, is it every idea you just jump on or because it sounds good? Do you decline taking on some task, or so in that case where you accept some and you decline some, how do you know that this thing is worth giving my time, this thing is worth trying out?
Okay, I okay. When you said idea, and this are you talking about project? Maybe if someone client a person will take
Yes,
project.
exactly. Or before we even start talking about clients, let's say that, while you were starting, maybe you had a community of friends, you know how young people can ideas flying here and there, and
Yeah.
just be like, how do you know that, you see this one, let's not even try it at all. It's not going to work. How do you know that this thing is worth trying, or you mustn't say yes to everything?
Okay, I think if you are starting, what I would use myself example. When I started, actually, I don't even think about whether this will work or not.
Okay.
All I'm after is okay. There's an idea. Okay, I just want to see that I'm working on it, trying to bring it to life. So I think that's when I started. But now, yeah, actually, although even at that stage, there are certain things that if you said, okay, let's build it. So the only thing or the only constraint that actually made me say no is if I don't actually know the technical process to do it. Also, that's what will actually stop me, but not either the idea will work or not. I don't care at that stage. So, but maybe now, then I will think, is it worth doing or not? In most cases, the client is supposed to like handle that. You're not supposed to just come with idea to software developer. You have to do your business research analysis and stuff before you can bring the idea to the software engineer, and then you can ask it, okay, can you actually build this or that? Then you can say, okay, yeah, it's possible, we can do it. Most of the time, it's not actually the software responsibility to do that, but as a software developer, you actually supposed to know the difference. Okay, this idea or concept that you bring, will it work or not? So that you don't actually get a client's money and then you'll start playing hide and seek or stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I love that response, because I think as a young person, you should not say no in quotes outright, because you from trying that out you learn in the process. At least they say when you fail at something, you've learned a way that thing will not work. So I think it's a good thing. Yesterday I came across a post on Instagram about this lady who had done several things before she turned 24: graphics design, makeup, she sold shea butter. There is nothing she didn't do, and it looked like she's not focused. Why are you doing everything? How can you go from trying makeup to, okay, shea butter is even related, but to being a graphics designer, to being affiliate marketing, all of those things. So I think that it's a good thing. Curiosity is part of growth, right?
Yeah.
You have to be very curious, and also in doing that, it helps your critical thinking. It helps your mind, and you see that you just become really good at what you do. So thank you very much for that. So tell us. Sorry, I interrupted you from saying I'm welcome. Tell us about a project you built that actually solved a real problem.
Okay, I think I'll basically say almost all the apps or project that I built that actually light, actually solving a real world. So maybe if you want me to pick one, then maybe I will think, okay, which one so early?
Okay, yes, please pick one and tell us what it does and where we can find it.
Okay, so I think the recent one that I built is for traveling agency. Okay, the client actually approached me and said, okay, now she want to like, is it integrate? Yeah, integrate technology into his business. Normally, people will like call or visit their office. Okay, before they and then they will help them process their Hajj, Kumara, and other country visas. And then okay, he said okay, this he just like tell me about the project, and then I said okay, yeah, we can actually build that, and we have successfully built that app. And I think the name of the app is Rahma Travel. You can find it on Apple Store and Play Store also. So I think the problem that platform is actually solving is you don't actually come to the office now. With just the app, you can apply for your visa and then you can get it done.
Exactly. So that's why a lot of people, when people try to say, oh, technology is this, tech is that, I think tech has done more good than evil. Yes, it has done more good than bad. And no matter how good something is, so long as it's man-made, only God is perfect. God does perfect things. And God created humans, yet humans are still flawed. So what do you expect from something made by man? So yes, that's really good. Thank you. So what was the hardest part of starting out, and what kept you going? Starting something is never easy. So what was the hardest part? What were the challenges you faced? Were there days you felt like, you know what, I'm not doing this thing anymore. Let me go and find work, another work aside this one that I'm doing. So what was the hardest parts of you starting out, and what kept you going through that phase?
Okay, yeah, I think just like every stage, there are some challenges. You just have to find your way to overcome the challenges. So I think when I'm starting in this tech, when I start actually writing the real code, not just is actually focusing on one particular stuff. Because like before our generation, maybe our parents also, they don't have access to resources easily the way we do. And we, now that we have this easily access to resources, okay, because okay, I have access to this course, this and that, then you'll find out okay, you're actually trying two to multiple things at a time. So you like waste a lot of your time and then you won't be good at anything. So I think this is one of the challenges. So I actually find my way to actually get focused on one particular stuff. And then regarding being a software developer, actually at the early stage, I wasn't even doing it to actually get money. I'm just doing it because I just liked building stuff or seeing that I'm doing things or helping people out. But eventually there will be a time when you need to like what is the word? Take care of yourself, responsibility and stuff. So luckily, even before I reached that state, my friend Suleiman actually convinced me that doing things for free, you are not actually helping yourself or the people. So like, if they actually value what you are offering, they will pay you. So I think that actually helped me and start actually, okay, so I can actually get money out of this. And then I'm happy about it. And yeah.
Okay. So now the hardest part of starting out, I would like you to, is it environment? You know, there is already a popular belief that northern Nigeria is backward when it comes to education. So they feel like they've not even gone to school to learn how to write their names, how to write ABC. And then someone from the north chose this. So how challenging was it for you? Did you have many like minds around you, or did you rely on the internet for inspiration? And days when you are, for example, if you relied more on online mentors, days when you cannot access them, how did you handle the burnout? How did you handle the feeling of frustration? Or were you so passionate that there wasn't one day that you felt like, are you sure I should continue doing this thing? I should look for something simpler to do.
Okay, yeah, I think starting out, and when you mention like people don't actually, maybe they see not as forgot or something like that. Actually, I always thought that's a joke. I never actually still believe that the people on the other part of the country actually see it was forgot and stuff. And then on the aspect of online mentorship and stuff, yeah, even if you have someone or mentor on space on internet, it's good to have someone in your community around you that you can say, okay, yeah, I know this person and he's actually making a difference. So like I think the person that will be called is a Bakar Ango. While we are in Bauchi, we can see, okay, this guy is actually with us. We can talk with him and he's actually making difference. So that actually really helped in saying, okay, yeah, me too, I can do it and I can make it. And regarding the one I was saying that, or thinking, okay, let me, I can do it also. Yeah, I think there's certain time, I think maybe around in 400 level. I said, no, I'll not do this programming. Because the stress and stuff, you like spend days trying to work on something. You would be sleeping and even thinking about it and stuff. People that are actually into maybe creative industry, they'll understand, yes. Sometimes you're working on your problem. Even if you are sleeping, you like still be thinking, how can I solve this or that? At that time, I actually say, okay, let me try. I'm the digital marketing on UX, and this I just like go for the digital marketing. So I'm reading books, watching some courses on digital marketing, and then I'm enjoying it. I'm getting the concept. And I think it actually helped me because now I know like before that time me studying because I'm studying engineering and I'm doing building software or working on or trying to be. I'm always thinking like engineers can do everything, and it's always about the product, building a better product. But because of that deviation or I would say distraction, I actually learned that okay, the importance of marketing. So I think I even got a job as a digital marketer, and then I was working, but I'm not actually enjoying it. I don't feel like I'm impacting life and stuff. So with that and other challenges, I quit the job. And then in my IT, I met one person, I think he's a software developer of that company, IGS in Abuja. And then he introduced me to Flutter. So I already have background in Java and XML. So I see, Flutter, this is much easier than that. From that, I am back. And I've never actually moved away. So, but there are some maybe challenges with client, but I think everyone on this internet space will have this one or two steps. But actually, before that time, in my head is that it's always Nigerians that are cheating or dumping people. But then I realized, okay, even the people abroad are actually doing that. So I understand that it's not by country or it just as a person, you can be a bad person wherever you are. Yeah, you can be a good person from any part of the world.
Wow, amazing. So I thought you were going to say that, oh, there was never a time when you felt like giving up. I'll be like, wow, I finally met a superhuman because everyone has it. They say, no, I don't want to do this thing anymore. And I love the fact that now digital marketing compared to what you do now is simpler, in quotes, right? It's easier, but you weren't enjoying it. So I believe that there is something that you are born to do,
Yeah,
no matter how difficult it is. There is something you're born to do, and even if you find yourself doing something easier, you won't enjoy it because that is not who you are. That's not what you're made to be, and that's very much interesting, and that's what every young person should know. So the thing of, oh, I'm looking for greener pasture, I'm looking for where it's easy, even if it is easy to the outward eye, but inside of you, if that is not what you should be doing, you will not find fulfillment in it. So just face the challenge and cry if you want to cry, especially for females. Cry if you want to cry and
guys.
feel tired. Yell if you want to, but go back and do it because what is going to do it for you.
No, what?
Amazing. So I love the fact that you said that you weren't making impact in the other one. So it wasn't all about I want to make money. So you see a lot of people want to be, I want to be a tech bro, I want to be a tech sis, because you are going for the money. Do you know the amount of work that these people put into what they are doing? So if you are not willing to put in the work, don't try it. Just go and look for I cook anyway, so I don't want to say it's not stress. Go and bake cake and fried chin chin, JJ, and just leave that one alone. All right. So how did mentorship or community help you grow as a developer? I know you said in the previous answer you talked about one Abubakar that helped you and meeting somebody in Abuja and all of that. So how did that mentorship, how did it help you grow? How did it build your profile, and how did you?
Okay, yeah, I think another thing that I will say in I don't know if it's in other industries too, but in tech is normally if someone asks want to start in that career, okay, you start looking for courses and stuff. So most of the time, I would say, or most of the issues that people are is you'll be watching tutorials, and but they won't be working on real world projects. So that will not actually make you a good developer because I think this is one of the things that actually make difference and make me move a little bit faster. Because I can remember one of my friends was telling me, Gwani, he said, actually, one of the things that helped me is because my mentor was putting me on real world project. Had it been I didn't get that opportunity, maybe I will get stuck and then give up. So I think mentorship, especially someone that can actually give you something that you can actually try your hands on, it will actually help. And again, community. It's through community that I know Abakar Sadiq Ango. And I actually know that community through my friend Sulema.
I would like to meet that your friend.
You met him one day. So I think he didn't get admission when he started telling, okay, in Bauchi there is this tech community that it will make different and stuff. You didn't say that I should just come without even if I get my admission, I shall come and we shall be attending the event and stuff. But I didn't actually do come. But when I get the admission, so then I started joining that community. So actually, community will, I think your people, the people around you will actually impact your career in one way or the other and shape how you think and how you even plan your life. I think this is one of the advantage of being in a good community. And again, another thing that community will help you is getting clients because the reality is very few people will actually give you a job or a gig without actually knowing. So through community, someone will refer you, and referral always work. So someone refer you, and then you did a good job, and then that person will also refer his friend and stop. So I think this is another advantage of community.
Wow. So 3 things came to mind when we were talking. Let me start with the last. Talking about that referral always worked. So I remember the first time I did a boot camp. I was so scared. I didn't know if people would turn out or they will not turn out. So I got 16 students and I was so happy. Like, oh my God, how did they come? But something happened. The following year, I wasn't in that location anymore. And the school called me and said, what's the plan? Are you going to have another boot camp this year? And I'm like, okay, really? And the fact that I said what gave me joy was I believe that it's easier to get new clients. It's easier to get new clients than to get people who would return. So it does tell me something that they were really satisfied with what I did the first time. And I wouldn't say that before that I didn't value giving my best the first time, but that made me to value it even more. And you see people want to just want, because they want to get the money, they just do it anyhow. You might get the money the first time, but the truth is that you will not get it anymore. And one unsatisfied person has maybe 10 other people that would have come from that person and you've lost the opportunity. And the second thing is still speaking about your friend. Talking about when before you even got admission, you already had a friend who was telling you, before you get to school, you can do this, you can do that. And that's quite inspiring. And I say that there are people that are born to be different. They're just proactive. So nobody just wakes up one day, like I said, there is no accidental success. Nobody just wakes up one day and they begin to, it's either the person was born yearning for something outside their environment or someone else influenced them to be like that. Because I mean, people are just like, let's go and watch football, let's go and do anything, and then you go to school and mommy, can you send me money for, we want to even lie and collect money for some materials. But on the other side of things, you already have a friend who is like pushing you, and that's why we said it before, but we are going to say it again. As a young person, if you know that you don't want to be anyhow, you cannot surround yourself with anyhow people, because you cannot get exceptional results from doing things anyhow and just surrounding yourself. And that was the last so I just say, like, God, I think I can't remember that one anymore. If I remember along the line, I will ask you. Honestly, I'm enjoying this conversation a lot, and I believe that our hearers would be. I really love to talk with people that can say that this is how I did this. And while some people say, "Oh, you don't have to start from scratch," I feel like when you don't start from scratch, you miss out on some important. I believe that if I had woken you up from sleep for you to discuss these things, you can share because you did it, you experienced it, it happened to you, and you can tell anybody, and that's quite impressive. Okay, so if you had no clue but wanted to start building apps, that is an advice for starters now. If you had no clue and you want to start building apps, what's the first thing that you should do? What should be your first move?
Okay, I think I will answer the question not from just a perspective. I would say, okay, if you want to start your career as software engineer, the person you should ask yourself is, okay, which platform am I building for or I want to build for? Because I think there are different platforms. I think there's web, Android, iOS, Windows, Mac, Linux, and even these embedded systems. So first, you ask yourself, okay, what do I want to build for? If it is Android, then okay, what are the technologies or the programming languages needed to build for apps, Android apps? If it is iOS, then you go for these technologies. And if it is, let's say, for cross-platform, Android and iOS, most cases, these are the platforms that are being put together. Then look at what are the which technologies am I to use? Desktop. So I think this is just the starting.
Okay.
Don't just, okay, I just want to be, though maybe back then, now maybe it might be easier. Okay, already with the resources available, you will know, okay, there are these differences and so. But maybe back then when I started actually have limited access to certain resources, I didn't know. As I said, back then my passion was just to build. So I was just learning programming. But then later I realized, okay, there's this different platform and you need to focus on which one you want to. When you pick one you want, and then you look for the technology and the resources needed to build for that platform. I think this is how everyone's supposed to start in software industry entirely, not just mobile apps.
Okay, thank you very much, Umar, for that. So, what's one early mistake you would want beginners to avoid?
I think the distraction of trying out multiple or different careers, this is one of the mistakes. And the most, I think, common mistake I said people should avoid is, okay, I saw this guy is in tech, he's earning money. Okay, let me just do what he's doing. That will not work for most people. Maybe it might work, but I think in most cases, not even tech, every career you want to focus on, make sure you have passion for it, or you. The common question that I ask people when they say they want to do programming or stuff, I will ask them, will you enjoy doing it if people will not pay you? If they say yes, then I've said, okay, yeah, it's the right career for you. Because like that passion and motivation would push you, and then the money will be like a rod. But for some people, it's the money that is motivating them. So, but I think from the personal experience, I would say that is the mistake I would ask people to avoid. Don't just, okay, this one is making money with this career, I will jump in. A lot of people have sat and actually drop. Yeah.
Fantastic. What's the weirdest mistake you've made, coding mistake you've made, and what did you do? Did you laugh or did you cry?
Okay, I think in my case, I always laugh on if it's something serious. Me, someone might even there and I might laugh. That doesn't mean that that's not funny. Just like that's my natural reaction to almost everything.
Everything.
So
Well, that's quite interesting. Okay, if you could tell your 16-year-old self about tech, what would it be?
okay, yeah, I think I will tell myself the younger me that he should make as many mistakes as possible at early age, because like most of we actually learn a lot from the mistake we made than from the advice or from whatever you read somewhere. Okay, the mistake you made, That's how you actually learn. So, and this programming or software development in general, it's actually more about practicing, getting your hands dirty. So, I think, well, and again, whenever you are learning or you are trying something new, just accept that you are a beginner and you are bound to make mistakes. So, make this mistake as end as possible. Don't try to avoid mistake or go for things that you are good at or get stuck there. Okay, keep trying new things. I think this is the advice I would give myself that time.
Okay. You mentioned that you learn more from mistakes, right? And that's why they say experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
And because children and young people, maybe humans generally, we are so curious that we like to do that thing they told us not to do. And when you do it, people they prefer cure over prevention.
Yeah.
So it's okay to make the mistakes. You learn, and when you have learned, if you're a sensible person, you will not try it a second time.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, this has really been insightful. I would say again, but let's do something a little relaxing.
Okay.
Yes. So, what's one fun or surprising thing about you that people don't know? Like techie, he's always busy. He's on his laptop. He's always working and talking. So, what's that thing that is fun or something that will shock you? Like you don't mean it. You mean you're like this. What's that thing?
Okay, I think one thing that most people, I would say, do not know, like a lot of people a lot of people will see that I'm always smiling myself, so they think that, okay, this guy don't get angry. Or some will even ask me, do you even get angry yourself? But in reality, like, almost, like, I will even say maybe I got anger issue.
Am I safe?
Yeah, but,
Anything to upset you?
but yeah, no, but like, you have to be close to me or very important to me before you will do thing that will make me angry. But if you are important to me, like, and I see you messing myself, very small thing, I just I might not react, but I will actually get hurt and feel offended, but still I will smile. So like this, I think this is one of the common thing that people actually know about me. They think that, okay, this guy is always smiling. She don't have issues. What's even making you sad or something? But a lot of things actually. So people don't know that part about me, I think.
So, what daily habit keeps you consistent? I know this sounds like, oh, we are going back to being official, but what's that habit outside work? I know, don't say I might wake up early. All those, like, what's that thing that is not work related that keeps you consistent and focused on your tasks?
Okay, I think, okay, there might be a lot of things, but I know when I want to do something, so there's this, is it energy or something. Even if it's not important, even if it's something stupid, but if I want to do that, so like, I would say that I do it consistently because there's part of me that don't want to be average in whatever I'm doing.
Right.
So I think this is one of the things that is pushing me. And again, I sleep whenever I feel sleepy.
Yes.
Yeah, I might work till 2 a.m., 3. But if I feel sleepy by 9 p.m. or 8, I'll just close and sleep. So I don't like force myself to keep going even when I'm sleeping. So I think these are the two things that I would say keep me.
Amazing. You seem to me like you don't have, I don't want to say a social life, but maybe you don't have a life outside work because as much as I try to, let's have fun, let's hear something that is totally work. You're still talking
Okay,
about
something okay, maybe it's something that I do consistently that is not work related. Maybe it's football.
football. Okay, nice. That sounds like it. But I think that's quite inspiring. Like you are just really passionate about, and it's not most people that are very serious with life or serious about life in quotes, they don't know how to dress. They don't have social life. They don't like, they are just, they don't care. That thing that you are thinking it is a priority, It is not moving them. Do you understand? Like priorities, my priority and your priority, is not the same. So that's quite. But it's good to know that. And least you play football. So what's your favorite? What's your football club?
Okay, I am a Liverpool fan.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I started supporting Liverpool because of this motto, no, you never walk alone. So when I did out, I understand it's like, okay, the fan and the club, they will always stick together no matter. So I feel, okay, this is part of the, I would like to be part of this community. So I go for Liverpool. So, and I think everyone listening to football will know that, okay, guys, they just pick club once and it's for the rest of their lives.
I think that's why I try to even eradicate the what's your favorite. So let me just ask you, what is your football club? Because there would only be one. And I think I see you as someone who is very intentional about everything you do. Because even you saying that you chose your football club based on the motto, that it already shows that you're very intentional. Like you're not.
Yeah.
That's really good. So do you have a favorite food? Do you like food? Let's even start with that. Do you eat or you don't bother?
Okay, yeah, I actually like food.
Okay.
In fact, if you invite me to events, I would like to. Would there be food? If you say no, I say, okay, then I might not go. But
God.
yeah, that's the truth. I actually like food. And my relationship with food is actually, I take food very important, honestly. Like, it's like I have even timetable for eating. Let's say lunch around 12 to 1. So even if I'm not hungry, I would like to eat at that particular moment. So like I don't even wait till I get hungry or so. I just like have time to, okay, this is the time for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and I try to stick to that. And in terms of favorite, I don't think I do actually have, but there are certain things that I don't like. Food with pepper, anything with pepper, I don't like it much. I think that's what I would say regarding food.
So what kind of movies do you watch? Or should I ask first if you watch movies?
Okay, yeah, I do actually watch movies.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think specifically I would say I like sci-fi movies. This is my always go-to movies. And then sometimes I like to watch movies that there is friendship. Or see people that are together will go through stuff together.
Like Three Idiots. Did you watch Three Idiots?
Yeah, I watched Three Idiots, Maling, Team Up, all this. What actually keep me watching this movie is the relationship. For Malim, it's in Ada and Malim,
Yes.
Team Up, Styles and Scott. So things like this, like that, I like it in a movie. So if I'm watching a movie and there's no this friendship stuff, normally I get bored and then I will stop
Wow.
watching the movie.
So that means you must be a very good friend to have. So that means by having you as a friend in my life, I'm made for life.
Probably, I don't know.
Okay. Oh, interesting. That's good. So, do you watch comedies, or that's too boring and unserious for a serious person like you?
No. I like sitcoms. In fact, recently the series that I'm watching are sitcoms. I think I watch The Big Bang Theory, Everybody Hates Chris, How I Met Your Mother, Two Broke Girls, Two and a Half Men. All this movie. I actually like watching them now because like when you're watching this kind of movies, you don't have to like think about anything. It's like you're coming a brain down.
Oh, right. Okay, I think I would learn that from you because I personally love to watch action movies, and the reason is because it engages my brain. So I'm trying to calculate with the actors, like what's the next action, or maybe something I would now learn how to go for something that is more relaxed, and everything doesn't have to be serious in life.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Wow, at least I'm happy to know that at least there is something that you do that is outside work, and where you use that route. So do you hang out with friends? Since you're very big on friendship, do you hang out with your friends?
Yeah, once in a while. I think I technically have 3 to 4 friends.
I know Suleimani is one because you have mentioned the Suleimani.
Yeah. I think I'll say Suleiman, Sofiano, Mukhtar, Shamsuddin, Abdul Nasser. So the outside they're not in Gambia now at the moment. At about Sofiano and Suleiman are here, so we hang out once in a while.
Okay.
That what I don't have a lot of friends.
That's good. I don't think it's about how many you have, but it's more about the quality of
Yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah.
And you sound like you have that quality circle, and that's good enough. Honestly, I would want to go on and on because I'm really enjoying this conversation. It doesn't
too.
have exactly. So I would have loved to keep going, but definitely, if they say what has a beginning has an end. So we've officially come to the end of this show. Would I let me even call it a gist in chats with you? And thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for doing justice to the questions, and thank you for the passion you give to the thing that you do, to the things you do, and for your willingness to impact the younger generation. So I'm very sure that people would love to connect with you. So if you would like to do that, where do we find you on social media?
Okay, firstly, I'll say thank you for having me. Regarding social media, I'm not really active on social media.
I'm not surprised.
Well, I think the one platform that you will find me very active is LinkedIn.
Yes, I know you're very active on LinkedIn.
Yeah, but
Okay, you know where to find him on LinkedIn, Umar Abdulaziz Jada, right? And the rest assured that he is willing to answer your questions, to offer you mentorship. So until then, keep becoming the best version of yourself. Keep improving yourself. I like something you said, that you hate being average. So I want you to really, really dislike being average. Make sure you always give your best and put your best in whatever it is that you find yourself doing. And of course, at the right time, the right people and the right opportunity will find you. Until next time, see you and bye.